Hey, have you ever worn a shoe that was definitely below your size? Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, my name is Sosa Food, and if you're happening on this channel for the first time, welcome. This is where I talk about the good old days, going back, to the 60s when I was born and into the 70s somewhat. And today I want to touch on a burning subject. And the issue I want to talk about today was the issue of wearing shoes that were not properly fitted. In other words, they were too tight. In many cases, they were too small for my feet. Now, as a kid growing back up in Jamaica then, man, times when we never had much, and the objective and the main objective of my parents was just to put food on the table and have a roof over our heads. The issue of whether or not we had a pair of shoes was not a big deal per se. It was important because, of course, we may have to attend a special event, or maybe for church. We would need a pair of shoes, right? But in many cases, shoes was not a big priority back then in the early 60s, going into the 70s, at least for my family. Food on the table and a roof over your head, and maybe a piece of clothes, a shirt on your back, and an old pants to put on. Those were the priorities, right? And so for the most part, walking bare feet was a common occurrence then, right? It was a common occurrence. Students attended school barefoot back then. People go about their business, bare feet back then. You would see the adults. The adults would have shoes, but the kids did not. Or at least in my village, in my community, around that time, most of the students or most of the children, we just went bare feet all over the place. Sometimes we got hurt, get some really bad injury from broken bottles and stuff, and discarded containers that are thrown all over the place, like sardine tins or tin mackerel tins, because recycling didn't happen back then, so all of these empty, discarded containers would be just thrown all over the place inside the coffee plantation or around the house. All right. So many times walking bare feet, man, you sometimes would have gotten some bad cut from, bad injury from broken bottles and these tins. But, occasionally we would get a pair of shoes to wear. But the problem was that most of the shoes that I can recall wearing back then as a kid were not shoes that I actually went to the store and I could walk in and try on a pair of shoes and, okay, this one feels good, it's soft, it fits right, it's not squeezing my toes. No, most of the shoes I got to wear back then were hand-me-down, right? Somebody would be coming from abroad, right? Or that in many cases that was what happened. Someone would be coming from the United States or England. They would pack a big barrel of all kind of stuff. God knows where they got them from, but we're still grateful. And shoes used to be a part of those barrels too, right? And if we were lucky, we would be offered a pair of shoes. Now, we were so happy to have had a pair of shoes back then to wear, that somebody actually offered us a pair of shoes, that you know, for example, if I wore a size 8 and I got a size 6, I would still try to stuff my feet in it. Now you can imagine. You can imagine. Your size is size 8 and you want to wear a size 6 shoe. You see, you can imagine the dilemma, the pain, the agony. So I have had, you know, I've endured a lot of those, a lot of pain back in those days, wearing ill-fitted or shoe sizes that were, you know, that were much too small for my feet. But, you know, I never had a pair of shoes, right? And, you know, even though the size may have been 1 or 2 sizes down, you know, I still wanted to make good use of it. So I would still stuff my feet in it, and let me just say, the outcome was painful. Painful. Agony. I can recall instances where I had to walk quite a distance in shoes like those. Whoa, you know, toes getting rubbed off, the skin of your toes getting rubbed off, the back of your heel getting peeled off. Oh my goodness, man, it was pure agony. It would have been much better that I went bare feet than wearing that pair of shoe. Yeah, so, you know, just looking back, that was, so, you know, those were some of the memories that are kind of stamped, you know, on my mind, in my memory. You know, looking back at those days and the way things were just tough and challenging, and, you know, wanting to make do with what we had, even though the situation was just, you know, painful sometimes, to put it that way. So I don't know, what were your circumstances like? Tell me about it. Did you had to wear shoes, or any shoe or boot or whatever that was really too small for your feet? Whoa, I'd love to hear about that, because I'm sure that was not unique. That was not a unique situation. Anyway, that's all I have to share today. I love to hear your experiences. But if you like this video and the kind of memories I share on the channel, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you like the channel itself and wanna continue watching, yeah, don't forget to subscribe. All right. So until we talk again, my name is Source of Food. Take care of yourself. Until the next video. All right.